Born Diana Frances Spencer on July 1, 1961, at Park House on the Sandringham estate, she entered a world of privilege and tradition. Yet her childhood was far from idyllic. The youngest daughter of John Spencer, the 8th Earl Spencer and Frances Roche, Diana grew up in a household marked by tension and eventual heartbreak. When her parents' marriage crumbled and her mother left the family, Diana was just 8 years old. The divorce was scandalous for its time, and the emotional scars it left on young Diana would shape her forever. That need to bring happiness to others would define much of Diana's life. As a teenager, she attended boarding school, where she was remembered as kind but unremarkable academically. She had a natural warmth and an ability to connect with people, traits that would later endear her to millions. But her life took a dramatic turn in 1977 when she met Prince Charles, the heir to the British throne. At first, their relationship seemed like something out of a fairy tale. Charles was charming, and Diana was young, beautiful, and seemingly perfect for the role of a future queen. Their courtship was brief, and on February 24, 1981, their engagement was announced. Diana was just 19 years old, thrust into a world of unimaginable scrutiny and expectation. On July 29, 1981, Diana married Prince Charles in a ceremony that captivated the world. Watched by an estimated 750 million people, the wedding at St. Paul's Cathedral was a spectacle of grandeur and romance. Diana's ivory silk taffeta gown, with its 25-foot train, became iconic, and her shy smile as she walked down the aisle seemed to promise a new era for the monarchy. But behind the scenes, the cracks were already beginning to show. Diana struggled to adapt to the rigid protocols of royal life. She felt isolated and overwhelmed, and her marriage to Charles was strained from the start. The age gap between them, 12 years, seemed insurmountable, and their interests and personalities clashed. Charles's lingering attachment to his former love, Camilla Parker Bowles, only deepened Diana's sense of betrayal and loneliness. Despite her personal struggles, Diana found purpose in her role as a mother. She was determined to give her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, a childhood filled with love and normalcy. Something she had longed for but never fully experienced. She took them to theme parks, introduced them to pop culture, and even took them to visit homeless shelters, teaching them the value of empathy and service.
Have a favorite toy?
Jamie, he loves his koala bear he's got.
But as her marriage continued to unravel, Diana began to carve out a new identity for herself, one that extended far beyond the confines of the royal family. She became a tireless advocate for those on the margins of society, using her platform to shine a light on issues that others ignored. And make a difference she did. In the 1980s and 1990s, Diana became a global icon of compassion. She was one of the first public figures to challenge the stigma surrounding HIV/AIDS, famously shaking hands with patients without gloves.
HIV does not make people dangerous to know, so you can shake their hands and give them a hug. Heaven knows they need it.
She campaigned tirelessly for the eradication of landmines, walking through active minefields in Angola to draw attention to the cause.
The world is too little aware of the waste of life, limb, and land which anti-personnel landmines are causing amongst some of the poorest people on Earth.
Her work with charities supporting the homeless, children with disabilities, and those battling addiction earned her the nickname the People's Princess. But even as she found fulfillment in her humanitarian work, her personal life remained tumultuous. Her separation from Prince Charles in 1992 and their subsequent divorce in 1996 marked the end of her formal ties to the monarchy, but it also gave her a newfound freedom to live life on her own terms. Tragically, that freedom was cut short. On August 31, 1997, Diana's life came to a sudden and devastating end in a car crash in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel in Paris. She was just 36 years old. The world was plunged into mourning, and the outpouring of grief was unprecedented.
Diana, Princess of Wales, died this morning at 4 o'clock Paris time.
Millions of people lined the streets of London to pay their respects as her funeral procession passed by. Her death left a void that could never be filled, but her legacy endured. Diana's sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, have carried on her work, Her influence can be seen in the way the royal family has evolved, becoming more open and accessible to the public. And her impact on the world remains as profound as ever, inspiring countless individuals to live. She was more than just a princess. She was a mother, a humanitarian, and a beacon of hope. But behind the smile was a woman constantly chaste, never truly free. Until one tragic night. The world wept. A princess was lost. Diana may be gone, but her kindness and compassion live on forever. Diana's story didn't end that night. Her kindness, her love, and her courage live on forever. Forever the people's princess.